just before a breakthrough is a breakdown. And breakdowns are gifts, or can be gifts, because breakdowns slow us down. I mean, when things are falling apart, there's just a time of slowing down. Look at this time that we're in. Everything's falling apart and we're slowing down. Everything's shutting down on a global level. And yes, it's so that we don't spread this coronavirus, and it's slowing us down. When we slow down, we have access to a deeper awareness and access to our deeper truths that we don't have otherwise. This morning, it was really interesting. My family woke up. We were shooken awake by an earthquake here in Salt Lake City. Never before experienced in Salt Lake City an earthquake. I think it was like 5.4 or something like that. And it shook. And as I was thinking about it, I was thinking about how this earthquake and the aftershocks that we've been experiencing today are mimicking the family quakes that we're experiencing right now. My family unit has been together for just over 5 years. We're a blended family. And being a blended family was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Parenting's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Marriage, a lot harder than I thought it would be. And although we've made some progress over the years, there's still some of the family dynamic that is, it's not the easiest, it's not the smoothest. And I knew that going into this, I mean, my family has never been together like this. I think even my 3-year-old son, I haven't had him consistently home since he was a baby for more than 4 or 5 days. And so we're hunkering in for 14 days here together. So I knew stuff would come up. I was planning on it, and it did. Yesterday, I broke down. And my husband was talking to my stepdaughter. I felt he was too stern with her, and his parenting style, my husband is sort of a commander. He's direct, and I'm more of sort of this mediating peacemaker. So very often our parenting styles clash. And yesterday, when he was too stern with her, and I felt rude, and he wouldn't listen, and he was resisting my enlightened perspective to make him a better person, I got angry and I got sad. But here's the thing, I knew that this would happen. I knew that this would come up. But even though I knew it would come up, it is still in the moment, it felt really real for me. And so I took some moment to myself, and I phoned a friend, and not just any friend. I phoned somebody who I knew wouldn't collude with my stories, who I knew stood for me and my greatness. This is a friend who loves both my husband and me. And I was able to talk to her, and what was just below the surface, I was able to, these things that I had been pushing down, these fears, these worries that I didn't know how to address them, so I just kept them down there. I let them come up, and she held me and witnessed me and listened to me while standing for my greatness. And when I hung up the phone with her, I felt better. And what I felt is hope. And I felt excited to talk to my husband. And I had hope for a breakthrough with our marriage, with our parenting dynamic. And I did get a chance to talk to my husband last night. And lo and behold, he had concerns of his own. He felt that I was too lenient and soft with the kids and wasn't preparing them for the real world. And what we discovered, we were able to see something that we had never really seen before. We both have these unique gifts as parents, and they're sort of in the opposite end of the spectrum, which can work really great if we work together. But every gift and every strength has a shadow side, and what had been happening with my husband and I is we had been pushing each other into the shadow side of our gifts. I would see him be too stern, and then I would think I'd need to coddle the kids more and nurture them more. And he would see me be so coddling, and I wouldn't be consistent with them, and I'd be too lenient, and that would make him concerned, and he'd be more stern and direct with them. And in seeing this, we were able to see a new possibility for ourselves and our family. And we picked 2 things with the kids that we're going to do in the next 2 weeks. Focus on getting to bed on time and picking up after ourselves. And it's using these 2 things to start to re-explore and rediscover a new way of being, so that we're not pushing our strengths into the shadow side, and we're actually able to optimize them for our family unit. And, I don't know if I hadn't taken the opportunity, if I hadn't anticipated this breakdown and this like sort of like this pressure cooker that the family is in, I don't know that I would have experienced it that same way. And I want to share this with all of you because we're all in the same pressure cooker together, which I think is, on a side note, really cool. I mean, one of the other gifts in this is that we're really seeing that we really are more interconnected than we realize. You know, yogis have been saying that for years, but it's like the coronavirus is showing it to us. Like none of us are exempt from it. There's no part of the world that is untouched for this. And in some way, it's like really reminding me that we really are one family. One of the processes that I teach and take my clients through is called the miracle paradox process. And this process, the premise is that pain is your purpose and your message is your medicine. And that was certainly the case for me yesterday. I mean, my own words were there as I was breaking down and wanting to point outward and blame my husband for everything. I could hear myself declaring that the breakdowns are gifts, and I know when something's coming up for me and I'm upset or triggered, it's always my stuff coming up. So just knowing that changed, it really impacted the outcome of what I was able to create with my husband yesterday. And so in the days to come, I plan on doing as many videos as possible to support any of you who also want to take this global breakdown, personal breakdowns, and create more breakthroughs for yourself, your business, your loved ones. Then I'm going to share with you the things that I take my clients through. For those of you who don't know me, this is my jam. This is what I do. I help high achieving entrepreneurs that are stuck get unstuck and achieve things that they never dreamed possible. And I'll give you a hint. The way that we do it is we see the breakdowns in their world as a gold mine, and we mine them. We coach through those to discover the deeper truths and to help them when they do that. As we coach through it, on the other side of it is great. They return to greater authenticity, more connected to the truth of who they really are. And when that happens, their freedom just expands. And when you're free, you can do anything. There's nothing you can't do. So you're able to create whatever you say you want. And that's actually one of the places that we look, is wherever with a client, wherever they can't create what they say they want, it's a clue to some way that they are, that there's actually some kind of a lie that they're telling, or some constraint. More on this later. I'll be sharing with you how to gold mine your breakthroughs so that you can return in each breakdown will bring you more peace of mind, more connected to your truth, more connected to freedom and power. I'll be sharing with you some stories of my own life, some stories of clients' experiences that will help you take this, the outcome of the coronavirus, say it's one of the best things that ever happened to you in the world. So if you're interested in shifting your world and having those levels of breakthroughs, then subscribe to my channel and stay tuned and get ready. Your world's about to get really beautiful. Namaste.